Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Barber Motorsports Park, site to race number 19 of the NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series. Happy Mother's Day out there to everyone, as
Yes.
by the time we actually looked at the schedule and by the time this goes up, it will be Mother's Day. So join me in the booth for this Mother's Day's edition of the Coke Vanilla Cup Series is Stephen Paul III.
Hello, guys. The final stretch of the road course races this week, this 2 weeks.
We'll have a full month's break basically from the road courses after this one. Front row today will be Sam Young and Henry Sanford. Second row will be DeLon Ebrahimian and Johnny Gardner. Row 3, Stephen Paul III, Tom Shelley. Dylan Young, Chris Washer, row 4, with Cole Deaver and Zachary Fitzwater, row 5. And I just realized I forgot to bring that back up. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand it over to Stephen now.
Well, definitely going to be interesting. Like I predicted wrong in the Lime Rock race, I do not doubt Charles Ionai, so the bleeder might not dominate and pull away. Tire will be a little bit of a factor, and pitch strategy will definitely mix into the race. Jackson has a 278 points lead, so Braddock is looking for a good run. Hopefully, Jackson runs off in turn 1 so he can gain points.
Yep, the battle is for second coming into this one as Jackson is just flat out dominating this season so far as doesn't want me to get off the final row. I swear I was hitting Shift V. Is a 278 point lead over Bill Bragg Jr. and Tristan Wilhoit is just 3 points behind him in 281. Here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Vince Almarego, with his one win on the season, is a distant 345 back in fourth, with Chris Washer, last year's champion, rounding out the top 5, 378 points back. Rest of the top 10 is Tim Randolph, who is yet to finish in the top 5 this season. He's in 6th, 456 back. Henry Sanford, not last week's winner, I'm sorry. 7th in points, 477. Dylan Young, without a win this season, is 484 back in 8th. Mark George, 504 back in 9th. And Sam Young rounds out the top 10. He is 537 points back and only has a 4-point cushion over Preston Plord coming into this one. So you know that Sam would love to get 5 bonus points for leading a lap here today if he can get it. Wild cards coming into this one. Steve Pollard right now is 28th in points with 2 wins on the season. And Preston Plord holds down that final wild card spot right now. Currently 44 points behind him is Zorline, third in that battle. Will Lewis, fourth. James Qualls and Brent Patterson are there, 5th and 6th. Zachary Fitzwater also a contender in it now, but still a ways back from the rest of them. As the pace car is off, field under control, the Domino's Toyota of Henry Sanford and the NRSL 500 is green.
Definitely going to be interesting. Turn 1 is going to be interesting to see how the cars get through there. Who makes it to the first corner?
Yeah, well, do they all make it through? Yes or no? Right now they do, but Dylan Young ran wide.
Oh my lord. Chris Washington dirt.
Was he? Tim Randolph is on pit lane already.
He's 6th in the points. Not a good day for Tim Randolph.
And here's the insanity that is Barber.
Literally everybody's running away. Max Anderson up there against, there's Jackson.
There's Jackson. There's that brake check I was mentioning in practice.
Yeah, that's very hard to pass. Is everybody looking like, look, is Isaac Flickinger, good run for Flickinger, passing Washer there.
Yep, that was, so Washer's fallen back. He started 8th and currently looks to be running outside the top 10. As Brent Patterson, I believe, has his best stat as road courses is right there. It's either that or Speedways. I don't remember.
Well, he won in Atlanta, so I'll go with Speedways.
Meanwhile, William Flickinger trying to make a move, not able to do so, and now we'll lose a spot to Zorline.
As here he comes.
Meanwhile, up front,
single filing out.
Is actually Stephen Pollard III is going to try and make a move here on Tom Shelley.
Pollard definitely needs a second win if he needs any chance getting a wild card.
He also needs to make it back into the top 30 in points, as leading the first lap will be Sam Young in the 14. 5 bonus points for the Pep Boys Chevy.
Well, I'm not really surprised about Sam. He had a really good run at Sonoma, just losing out the quals by a few tenths. So the 14's definitely got a good road course for him this year.
And Ebrahimian is off.
Ebrahimian, that's a little not how you want to grab track.
as he will fall all the way back behind the 78, maybe? No.
He's
So,
he's he's got to stay on track.
well, he falls outside the top 10 to 11th.
Henry
And,
Sanford. Also, Henry won it at Thornton, so another kind of road course track. So a lot of the guys who had success at the road courses this year are up here.
yeah, Garden. Well, so yeah, I don't even. Yeah, because Sam Young ran second at Infineon. Obviously, just mentioned Sanford winning at Thornton, so.
We talk about Johnny. Johnny had a struggling year, but good runs lately. His best finish in the series is 8th, so we're looking for his first top 5 in his young career.
Yeah, that would be something for them. This team has definitely struggled so far this season as a whole.
To say the least.
I mean, just Penske as a whole has struggled. It's not just this 06 team.
Look, we got to go home. We got the 06, the 45s up there in 5th. Good run for Tom.
Yep. The Wells Fargo
Yes.
Dodge came into this one not 42nd in points, actually. I can't believe I
Has
forgot
anybody
that.
crashed?
Good question. I don't see any evidence of a crash.
No. Will Lewis dropping back. Lewis is fighting for the wild card, I believe, not what he wanted.
Let's see if Jack James is currently scored 41st. Yep.
So now that field is a little strung out. Zachary Fitzwater, the winner last week, backing up his round. I'm telling you, that DNQ's at Thornton set a fire underneath this team.
And right now, running 6th, so looking for back-to-back top 10s. What would be their 7th top 10 of the season for this 19 team.
As Dylan Young runs it high up the track.
As Shelton also has gone around Braddock, now trying to set her sights on that 8 of Cole Deaver.
Just finished 5th at the Lime Rock race, so didn't really run too well. I don't remember where she finished at Portland, but doing pretty good at the road courses this year so far.
It was lackluster. We didn't really mention her all day. She was a non-factor at Portland, so.
Well, and even though the field's still single file, pit strategy will definitely make some good running more. I'll guarantee that.
Yeah, and plus we're not done yet with overtakes anyway, because here now comes Cole Deaver. Will he dive bomb it? No.
Cole is looking for his first top 5 of the year, I think.
Yes, he is one of those that's looking for that. Currently runs in 8th though, so has some work left to do to be able to get to that top 5.
His best finish in his career is 6th, so he's looking for 3 more
marks
positions.
Somewhere. I don't see evidence of anyone
going off. Tristan Woolhoit, man. Woolhoit's really looking forward to Indy. Somebody went off there.
Yo, that's what the skid marks I saw were, as Christopher Pierce is off, as well as Vince Almarego.
As Steve Paul battling his RCR teammate right there.
Now, can Seth hang it around the outside? No, not able.
Around the outside.
Not able to do so, as Christopher Pierce now loses even more ground.
Pierce, another person who their best finishes. Hold on. 5th twice. I believe they got a top 5 at a road course earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Might have, but now has fallen back to the 33rd position. James Qualls lost quite a few spots there off at that turn 5 as well. He's back to 37th. Are they
looks like wait, what?
Oh yeah, they are. Wow. I was gonna say they're closing in on the 60 here, maybe.
Looks like Young has pulled the gap on the 00 for Sanford.
Yeah, Sam Young has. Currently the gap now actually closed in. Stanford closing back in that lap.
Yep, so definitely a little back and forth. It'd be pretty cool to see Johnny get up there. Johnny's been, oh god, it looks like Henry's running a little too dangerous there.
So was Stephen Paul III. He put a couple wheels off, it looked like, but able to keep it on track for the most part.
It looks like we got some PJ1 in turn 1 in the grass.
As Dylan Young taking a peek around the outside of Fitzwater.
And Dylan looking for some momentum after a struggling few weeks. The team hasn't really been the same since their struggles at Chicagoland.
At one point they were... Actually, well, I mean, we say that. They are still 8th in points.
Yeah, it just not having the results they want. As Tom Shelley looks like got a little loose off that corner and they gained on him.
At least a little bit of ground. We'll have to see. Currently, fast lap of the race does go to the Dillon brothers. Sam and Dylan 1-2 in that department in favor of the race leader.
So I don't know what lap they're going to be pitting around. My guess is around like lap 10.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I don't remember exactly where. I just remember it might be interesting.
What a good job by Johnny. We got to give it. He missed last week's race and coming back with a strong run. Definitely momentum builder for this 016.
They had made 5 straight races before DNQing last week, so maybe also setting some fire to this team as well.
And well, no, that's Stanford. Johnny had 3 top 10s too, making those out of those 5 starts. Not good for the 016.
23 a little loose through turn 4 there.
Now, if anybody who's going to try this. Oh, I'm sorry. If anybody's going to try the strategy, it'll be Steven, because if he gets a second win, he'll definitely have a chance to get in the wild card spot, battling Steve.
And Shelton trying to close back in on that 8 car, as well as Dylan Young trying to close in on the 19.
This is 21 runs a little loose there. Pretty clean race so far. I got to give everybody credit. The only thing I see is a little skid marks in turn 1, but that must be only one incident.
All 42 cars still running.
Which is amazing at a road course, because at Lime Rock, we see people flying through the air.
As here comes Ebrahimian now. He's trying to take a peek at Shelton, not able to get there.
Yeah, trying to get a pass. Everybody kind of a little spread out. There's some overtakes definitely can happen. The back of the field, there's a lot of battles too.
Yeah, I might have to take a look at some of those over the course of the race, but right now, looking at this battle inside the top 10.
Well, in the bottom half of the top 10.
It's still in the top 10.
It looks like Henry just gains on Sam Young, and then Henry loses on Sam Young. It's back and forth every lap. As Paul looks like he's catching Johnny just ever slightly.
As we've had a pass for 6, Dylan Young has gone around the 19 car.
He's fast.
And I think that's the only change so far in the top. Well, that's even gone farther now, so.
Look at everybody just, oh my God, everybody wiggling the tail.
Tires starting to wear, or at least show signs of it.
There's Anderson closing in, while Anderson was closing into the 13th position.
As Washer and Jackson battling for 14th here.
Now, if they got together, that'd be a very interesting thing. Oh, no, Washer's not second in points anymore.
Nope. As he will gain this spot, though, so 3 points towards the 5 team.
As Anderson's going to get by him. Yeah, that's got to be a defeat for Jackson with Anderson passing him.
Well, I don't know if Jackson's really that worried about it, especially at this point in the race. We're still over halfway to go in this one.
Good to see the 78 in the top 20 here. When they make races, they've been having some good results the last 2 months. So good to see them trying to build on the 08 season for this team at least.
Or at least build towards the 08 season. So, as can Anderson do anything with the defending champion right now?
Let's see if Anderson can catch him. Anderson's best finish was the 13th at Chicagoland, so Anderson is definitely trying to get his best career finish. That'll be a momentum booster for this 88.
As here he comes, looking to the driver's right as they go into a right-hander.
He got it. That's going to be, what, 14th?
That's going to be 14th position now for the 88.
I think Anderson is going to be pushing to get that 13th spot.
Right now, Brennan Patterson holds it.
Anderson waggling that tail.
Someone put a wheel off somewhere, as Ebrahimian has passed Shelton for 9th.
I say Shelton was 1 point in the top 10 in points, have dropped low into the 20s, so that's not what Shelton needs.
The 21 team was close to the top 10.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Wasn't actually Jess. Jess was top 15 in points at one point, but currently enters the day 19th in points, as Ebrahimian now makes a move towards the other rookie, one of the other rookies in the field, Cole Deaver.
Yep, as Ebrahimian running pretty good. Ebrahimian has, where is he in the points? I can't. Oh, there he has 1 top 5 this year with 3 top 10s, and his best finish this season was.
As here comes Zorline, sorry to break off of that one. Bill Bragg Jr. losing a lot of momentum there.
Here we go. Braddock with Jackson in the back, trying to gain at least some points.
Right now would gain about 9 points, I believe.
The big 267-point gap.
As Jackson actually going to make a move on the 5 and clear him through the right-hander, so gains even more points back.
As Louvier has now caught the back of Washer.
Yep. And the gap for the lead is extended to 1.6 seconds right now, so...
Yeah, Sam Young looking pretty good as Fitzy's running a little wide there.
Yep. Cole Deaver not terribly the tightest of lines either.
He's trying to take a defending arc in that corner.
Yeah, he definitely blocked the 6. I mean, if that was IndyCar, I think there would have been a penalty upcoming.
Yeah, the stewards.
Meanwhile,
and I gotta give credit to all the drivers. Very clean race. I was not expecting a very clean race.
It's definitely not something you would expect at a road course, no.
No, not at all. Everybody, this is why he's the best drivers in the series besides Kev, and everybody's performing well.
Well, Kev's not in the race either, so I guess that's one reason.
Wow, man, if Kev even watches this race, it's gonna be some triggered comments.
I'm saying it because I don't expect him to watch.
Well, we both forgot that RJ Reynolds is in the race.
Well, no, I just miscalculated what the 12 fastest speeds were. That's all that really happened there.
Oh, well, no, I'm just saying that he would watch. Well, actually, good point. I just forgot about that.
As I believe, it almost looked like there was pit stops upcoming there. Not quite yet.
Johnny has definitely caught Henry.
And Anderson has caught Patterson.
Anderson trying to get his best finish this season. The 88 struggled last season too with Power. I believe Powers ran the car, if I'm not mistaken.
It was one of them. I believe it was Eric Powers.
Eric Powers, yeah. He DNQ'd a lot of races too in the 88. The 88's never had much success in this. Well, besides Tom Gerard.
Except for Amy Shelley season 1, I believe. That was about the one time I remember this car actually running well.
The 88
Gerard struggled.
Well, the 88 number has won. It won at Pigscreen, breaking Tom Gerard's winning streak a couple seasons ago.
It also has won at Chicagoland back in season 1. That was the first time a female driver won in the series, and that was Amy Shelley.
And the series was never called sexist again.
As Anderson goes wide, here comes Jackson now back towards him.
Well, it looks like Jackson's gonna need a Snickers since you're not you when you're hungry.
As Chris Louvier falls back towards the 78 car.
Yeah, definitely good some midfield battles back here. Flickinger in the top 20, that's a good run for them. But here comes Washer.
Washer around driver's right. That was the outside of that corner.
That was a hell of a pass.
As, whoa.
Anderson tried it there. He tried it.
Okay, they are pitting this time. So we've got some people pitting, including the race leader. So Henry Sanford now leads.
Now, pit road's going to be interesting because, like we saw at Chicago, and Dylan Young had the best car but had to pit again. Twin rig, we see speeding penalty, so pit road's going to be interesting here.
Well, and also worth mentioning, we're only on lap 11.
And that means they cannot make it to the end. These guys
it definitely does not look like it. So, could Henry Sanford be playing fuel mileage here?
If Henry can go one more lap, he will be in the catbirds. Well, actually, right, no, yeah, he has to go one more lap.
Yeah, he has to go one more lap beyond this. Cole Deaver, Jessica Shelton, Charles Jackson also stretching it. Louvier, Flickinger, Almarego up here. So, looks like that might be the group of people that might be trying to stretch it.
I mean, some of these guys got nothing to lose below 30th in points, so Zach Rogers, slow pit stop.
Definitely looked like it. Looks like Chris Wilson, Sky Commons might have pit the lap prior on lap 10, so...
Now, whoever makes this extra lap is in the catbird seat.
Or at least we would definitely think so, but remember tire wear too, though. That's the other thing.
Tires are a big factor. So now Henry, even though he's going to be a lap behind the leaders, he still has the best tires on the track.
So Sanford pits this lap. Deaver will pit. Shelton pits.
Jackson's going to pit.
Jackson, so far no one's staying out.
Ooh, this is going to be very interesting. And even Steve Pollock pits.
And...
nobody's stretching it. Very surprised.
As almost had a battle into the pit lane, there is Tim Randolph.
Well, Tim Randolph is...
don't know if he's a lap down or not. It's saying he is, so.
Now, the real question, Sam is going to have the lead, but will the fresh tires of Henry Sanford play dividends here?
At least we believe he's going to be the leader.
God, Randolph almost lost it. Randolph is having a rough race, man.
It has been a rough day for that 60 car.
Came in 6th in the points, but definitely hadn't showed the... Oh my God. Man, the Paulos do not have any luck with lap cars.
As there's the penalty for staying out the extra lap.
Well, the penalty is that, but Henry's got the best tires in the field. We got one lap. It means a lot.
But it depends on only if he can make it through the field.
And by the way, Sam Young has got a huge ass lead now.
Yeah. So Sam Young is your leader. Johnny Gardner is second. Stephen Paul III now is third. Tom Shelley is to fourth. Right now, Dylan Young is fifth. Henry Sanford sixth. Zachary Fitzwater seventh. Ebrahimian eighth. Jonathan Zorline is ninth, and Bill Bragg Jr. rounds out the top 10. Brian Patterson runs 11th. Cole Deaver 12th. Shelton is 13th. Chris Washer 14th. Seth Cole is 15th. Jackson 16th. Louvier is 17th. Anderson is 18th. Joshua Osborne 19th. Levi McIntyre is 20th. Vince Almerego 21st. William Flickinger is 22nd. Isaac Flickinger 23rd. Steve Pollard 24th. Christopher Pierce 25th. Sky Commons 26th. James Qualls is 27th. Jack James 28th. Chris Wilson 29th. Amy Shelley is in 30th. Charles Sanford has damage to the 05. He is now in 31st. But will stay out. Gene Sanford is back in 32nd. Mark George is 33rd. Will Hoyt 34th. RJ Reynolds is currently 35th. Mohammed Zain Abdullah 36th. Zach Rogers is 37th. Will Lewis 38th. Kyle Matthews is 39th. And Preston Plord, according to what I'm seeing, is in 40th.
Oh, the 33 is missing. Oh, my lord.
And William Duncan is 41st. No, I said his number. He's 24th.
Oh, I thought he crashed to Sanford there.
Although there is damage to the right side of William Duncan's car, so we might have figured out where the 05 got his nose damage.
And the 20, and now the Stephen Paul third by Johnny Gardner there.
Yeah, so that's now the second for the 23.
Man, oh man, I can just imagine the comment section. Stephen Paul third wins this race.
As Sanford has gone around Dylan Young, who has fallen way back.
He must have been in the gravel trap.
Yeah, to have lost that many spots, he had to have run wide.
Now Henry's past Fitzwater. No, he was already past Fitzwater.
Yeah, according to scoring, he was already ahead of him. So, but right now, also lost ground that lap. So, right now, those newer tires not meaning paying a dividend in terms of catching the 14 car.
Well, with the 23 is hoping the 14 goes in the gravel pit at this point, because that's the only saving grace for him.
As right now, he was half a second slower that last time by.
Still going to be a good result for Johnny either way, and this is what Steven needs to get in the top 30 points.
Randolph actually ran a quicker lap than the 06 that last time by.
Well, if Randolph didn't blow up on did not take the green and didn't run in the gravel trap, they'd be a little farther up.
As we had a crash there, yeah. Kyle Matthews is on pit lane.
Well, that's the first incident of the day I can see.
As there's Sanford, you can see the nose damage there on the 05 State Water Heater Chevrolet.
It's definitely a Morgan McClure backup. I see the Aero exhaust stickers on it.
Mm-hmm. As right now, it looks like the best battle on track would be for fifth. It's Zachary Fitzwater and Henry Sanford.
If Steven gains anything this
lap.
Fitzwater!
Holy dive bomb.
Now, you also keep in mind about Steven, his 2 wins
as Tom Shelley's on pit lane.
Well, Tom Shelley that's interesting.
That's got to be playing fuel mileage game. Or the tire strategy or something.
Trying to do something to gain advantage. Whoa, 06 is teetering.
That was close to being on the grass. So was that.
Well, back to what I was saying about Steven, he won 2 road course races last season. So Steven's definitely an experienced road course driver here, so he might have a shot if he doesn't have a lot of laps to catch him.
Well, he was quicker that last lap, so I mean, it's something. And right now, what we would imagine is at least well, not at least. We imagine that there's still one more pit stop left to go in this race.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely interesting. Steven won at the reason why he missed the Coca-Cola race for obvious reasons, and it wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Well, I mean, if he had started it, he would have retained his starting spot and might not have actually been involved in that early wreck.
Yeah, we still have that destroyed car at the shop.
As right now, definitely the top 10 is spread out. Looking for where the best battle is on track, just to look for one.
Steve Pollard up to 20th. Good run for him. He's got to stop the bleeding.
Jean Sanford's up to 26th. I believe she was in the 30s when we did the field rundown.
No, she was in the top 20 and then she lost a bunch of spots. Tom Shelley not that far off.
There's Tom Shelley after his pit stop. Dylan Young also out of the pits.
Definitely trying to play some strategy there. I'm liking it. Bruce Wilson's had a horrible weekend.
As Sam Young is on pit lane.
And so is Stephen Paul III.
This is crucial. Early, isn't it? It's gotta be early.
2 tires on the 23 car.
No. That was definitely 4-tire change.
Well, this is going to be Randolph is just in the damn way. Oh, no.
As Steven nearly cut off the 44.
RJ is not going to be a happy cigarette owner after that one.
And not able to do anything with the 23s. Some other guys, I think, came really close on pit exit as well.
God, that was almost death. Now, let's see who's going to stay out and play the strategy. I mean, if you get a big enough lead, you can have a shot. And Henry is leading, so if Henry wins...
This is the reverse strategy. I mean, Henry knows he's not winning if he follows them.
Exactly, and Henry's in the top 10, so even if he falls out, if he wins, he's still got a wild card spot, too. So this is the guy take a risk.
And he's staying out again. Cole Diva, remember, he also stayed out that extra lap.
And Cole... I don't think Cole has a win this season.
He doesn't even have a top 5. Shelton, Louvier staying out. Jackson staying out again. Anderson stays out. Flickinger, Steve Pollard, Almarego, William Flickinger, and Amy Shelley. That is the list of drivers who are trying this one less pit stop.
Well, if William Flickinger wins, the reaction is going to be great on camera.
Well, right now, that list of drivers is a list of 11, and Sam Young already is in 12th.
Well, yeah, well, it's going to be interesting because if Sam Young catches him, will Pollard catch him in traffic if people can't make it on field?
Well, and then also, what's the issues? Well, Gene Sanford, I think, also trying to make it on one less pit stop.
And it looks like something happened to Steven because RJ is past him and Zach Rogers on old tires.
And Pollard's going to be on the inside line. That's not going to be good for him there.
Losing spots, Randolph doesn't count, and 23 looks like he's off the pace.
Well, I think part of that's just, it's that line right there, so he's struggling on these set of tires right now. Meanwhile, back up front as Henry Sanford approaches pit entry.
Is he going to...
No,
he's not. Is Cole Diva going to pit?
I love how this is basically what we're looking at now, is do these guys have enough fuel?
It's the only exciting part of the race besides the 2 wrecks we missed. Oh, that is not what the field wanted to see. Charles Jackson playing the fuel game.
I mean, what else they don't have anything to lose there, really.
Now, I don't think the 14's 20 seconds back. There's no way he's catching anybody.
The 23 seconds back of the race leader right now.
I mean, it's going to be interesting because, I mean, the leader, Henry can just literally coast through the corners now, and Sam Young will not get him.
Sanford actually gapped. He ran quicker than the 14.
So maybe tires aren't that big enough factor as we thought they were going to be.
Maybe it's just that cleaner. As Amy Shelley ran wide. Jean Sanford hanging in there. She just ran her quickest lap of the race as Wait a minute. Did Henry just run his quick? No, he ran the quickest lap of the race, but it wasn't his just now.
All right, so we got 5 laps. They pitted on lap 10. So how far can these guys stretch it?
These guys pitted on lap 11 going on to 12.
So if Max Anderson wins this, I mean, this would be one of the biggest upsets of the series history.
I mean, these guys pit on the very cusp of halfway. All they have to do is really save probably like basically save a lap of fuel.
And
that's what they had to do.
Cole Deaver, this will be his best finish. His best finish in the series is 6. Jess has a win. Louvier, I believe, has a win too.
They do, but not this season.
Anderson's best finish is 13th, so this is just a god run. Flickinger will actually have tied his best finish at South Boston. This is what Steve Holland really needed. Vince Alvarego won a race. Flickinger's best finish is, I believe, a 5th.
And there's the top runner of those that have pit. So now officially 5 laps to go.
It's going to be interesting to say the least. Very, very interesting to see who can make it on fuel. I mean, the 88, the 78, the 40 have got nothing to lose here.
As right now, the best battle on track is actually RJ Reynolds, Tristan Wilhoit battle for 14th. And these are drivers who are also trying to pull off the one stop.
Yeah, just Sam Young had too much of a gap to gap him. As Pollard is not catching these guys at all. He's falling off the pace. I don't know if Johnny's got by him or not. Nope.
Not yet. Neither is Tom Shelley, though, either. So there is that. And these guys just running their own race, just taking it easy, basically. Sanford with a 7-second lead over Cole Deaver.
He can literally coast down the hill and just shut the car off.
Well, as long as he doesn't pull off an Ambrose.
At least you said it, not me.
As he doesn't pit.
The 8th, not.
These guys are going to go unless they can't make it. Basically, we know that for sure. We know that they can go up to lap 22. The question is, can they make it through lap 23?
Now remember, Steve Pollard was also won at Mosport too, so he has some experience in winning. We've seen a lot of the guys who ran well at the road course up here, so showing the trends this year, who's got the best strength of the RCs.
And Wilhoit, I mean, even though his strength hasn't been road courses, right now doing some good fuel saving and actually running in the top 15.
Wilhoit's only had one strength this year, the Crown Jewel races.
Meanwhile, Zach Rogers trying to close in on them as well.
Zach started in the back too, so along with some of the guys. So good job. Well, the pitch strategy, like I mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, definitely brought some of the back of the field up in the front.
Which is always good.
Yeah, we don't want to see the same running order the whole 23 laps. That wouldn't be entertaining.
And right now, I mean, it's not the best of racing coverage, but the fuel strategy definitely interesting as Zain Abdullah had to pit again.
That's going to be a killer for Zain Abdullah. Now, Just is catching Deaver. I think Deaver is like half mile down the hill.
But these guys are definitely running slower than the 00. So maybe saving more fuel. Who knows?
Well, definitely. If Henry's pushing a little harder, even though Henry does not need to push it at all.
As right now they're both staying out.
Yeah, this is yep.
Do we see any? I mean, this is right about Anderson has to pit.
Anderson, well, that just shows how bad his season's going.
Flickinger has to pit as well. So now we're down to 9.
And there were 9. So who saved the 2 laps? If Henry has to pit, that's a bad sign for the back of the field.
And now Sanford actually had to lose a half a second right there.
Sanford saving gas. Now who can? Now it's for a win. There's 3 laps to go. Who can save the most fuel?
Or
the best guy I have
to
to say is the 78. The 78's got nothing to lose.
Maybe it's a matter of who saved the most at this point.
Sam Young is in the Cathburg seat. I mean, Jean Sanford also on the strategy too. Can't forget her, even though she's behind Sam Young.
Well, I mean, we know that she's out of the running for the win because we know Sam Young can make it the rest of the way. So
now this is gonna be a tail time. Does Henry pit? That's gonna be the real question.
I mean, he's slowed it down to a 29.5 that last time by. His fastest a 28.6.
Henry can just literally coast from here almost.
Well, I mean, he can coast it into the corner a little bit more.
No, Henry, he is.
Henry has to pit.
He can't make it. Cole Deaver can't make it either. Actually, Cole is going to.
And neither can Shelton.
And can the O1 make it? And no one is going to.
So is this going to come down to no one can? That's going to be a sad. Isaac Flickinger. Steve Pollard and the 15 both had to pit. It's down to just Isaac Flickinger.
Didn't I call it?
As we are not on the white flag lap though.
Can Isaac make it? Oh my God, this would be the biggest upset of the season.
I don't think he can. There's no way he can.
I mean, he's got nothing to lose. He was probably saving a lot of gas.
It's Sam Young second. Henry Sanford actually is going to come out in an effective P2 because of taking fuel only.
Yeah, this is actually great. As Deaver going to have a Pollard getting in the top 5, but can Isaac make it?
That's really the question. Can the 78 make it 2 more laps?
If he stays out, he's got a shot. He's got a 7-second lead, so he can coast.
It's not even 7. He has a... Well, yeah, he has a 7. Okay, it is 7 seconds back to the 14. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so let's see if the 78 stays out. He got this win.
Well, as long as that car stays under power.
I swear, if the 78 pits, I'm going to be very disappointed in first row.
Henry Sanford was 120 off of that corner before pitting. Isaac Flickinger was just going 115 off that same corner.
Yeah, he's saving gas to the core. Come on, stay out, Isaac. Stay out. Don't disappoint
Can
me,
the Furniture Row Chevy do it again and pull off the upset?
Come on. Stay out.
No!
Damn it.
And that will hand the lead over to Sam Young.
Hey, Sam, can you pit?
Nope. But, so, unfortunately, that's going to be that.
That's the end of the race right there. Pretty occupied.
Although, that said, white flag for Sam Young, the lead is only 1.1.
If Sam Young runs it off, Henry's got a shot. And ironically, these are the 2 cars that ran well at the road courses this year, running 1-2 as
well. And they were the dominant cars early on, and they're back up at front.
Cole Deaver is going to look like he might get his first top 5 of the season here.
He's currently running 4th, Johnny Gardner in 5th, and it would be Tom Shelley right now in 6th.
So good runs. We'll see where everybody cycled down at the end. But it looks like Sam Young, he is 10th. So this is definitely what Sam Young needs. Only it'll be his 3rd top 5 of the season if he can hang on.
But it'd be his first win, and right now a good run also for Henry Sanford. If he can hang on to 2nd, they're 7th in the points coming in. I mean, really, when you have Charles Jackson running like he is, it's just a matter of let's make the top 10 and worry about it then.
Pretty much with that. And good fuel strategy. I'm disappointed in the teams. They did not keep that 78 out there.
As coming through the final set of corners, can the 14 keep it on track right here is going to be the real question.
And he will. Sam Young will come off the corner. I don't know how many wins he has, but I'll head over to Charles for the finish.
It will be a snap of a long winless streak. For the first time since the Season 2 Daytona 500, it'll be Sam Young going to victory lane. He wins the NRSL 500 here at Barber Motorsports Park.
PSA, that was a 90 winless streak.
I didn't remember the exact number. I just remembered it was Season 2 Daytona 500. That was his last win.
Isaac is going to drop
outside the top 10. 14th.
Well, Anderson beats Steve Pollard. Flickinger, there's Amy, there's Levi. Another bad run for Levi.
There's the 47.
Actually, it's not a bad run for Levi. My bad. Well, mid-pack. Everybody finished. That's amazing. There was 2 incidents that we could tell.
20 there, 36. Waiting on William Duncan now, who will be 37th. There's Kyle Matthews. Next up should be Charles. Chris Washer actually DNF'd.
Well, Chris Washer ruined the streak. That is not what Chris Washer wanted, running 5th in the points.
So, 41 cars finished the race, and we've got 3 incidents to look at.
Yes, we're up to the incident counter. Man, this was very anticlimactic.
So Sam Young gets redemption from Infineon, really, there, and grabs only his 2nd career win. Next up, Dylan Young to snap a 90-plus race winless streak, almost, I think. Henry Sanford, Stephen Paul III, Cole Deaver, his first top 5 of the year. Johnny Gardner in 5th. Tom Shelley, Jessica Shelton. Actually, Johnny Gardner, his first top 5 as
Two
well.
best career finishes.
Shelley 6th, Shelton 7th, Ebrahimian, Zorline, and Chris Louvier rounding out the top 10. Much needed run there for Shelton to stop the bleeding a little bit there. Not a top 5 like they would have liked, but her 6th top 10 of the season there. Trying to look. Anderson not able to get the career best run like we thought he might be able to. And you and I are in for some fun to try and figure out who got in what wrecks where.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of no camera show.
So with that, let's take a look at the couple incidents of the day, and then we'll bring you back for the race recap or final thoughts and all that good stuff. So yeah. Well, so here's where the 05's damage came from.
Well, there goes the one's back bumper.
That too. That one definitely on the 05's crew chief, because Preston definitely would have had the right of way coming into his pit stall there. So
Trevor Germain is fired.
Trevor Germain is not the crew chief. Well, so here's where the skid marks from turn 1 were from. Sky Commons just gets a little loose, and off the track he goes.
And he is going to actually not get stuck in the gravel and keep it going. We have one more wreck to look at.
2 more.
2 more, actually, and there's somebody in the grass.
That would be Zach Rogers, actually, there. So, yeah. Well, I'm not sure what they thought would go right here with 3 wide at Barber.
Duncan, okay, 48 spins, and then
Kyle runs wide.
And I think he's going to hit. Whoa!
Well, I mean...
Not happy with William Duncan at all. That was a payback and a half.
Caught air doing it, too.
I think the 31's going to get teleported. That's why we saw him on pit road.
He might have.
No, he's going to keep it going.
As long as the car 48 never stops, he's fine.
If you want to see an intentional wreck at a road course, that was the most intentional wreck I've ever seen.
And one final incident on the day.
Yes.
This one was interesting. Chris Washer coming to pit lane, a little bit of indecision. And
this is why he's not returning to Hendrick next year.
That's not confirmed. But yeah, that's what happened there. The defending champion taking himself out of the race there.
He was taking a nice scenic route into the tire barriers.
And with that, that would be the final incident of the day. So, Steven, your final thoughts.
It was definitely, it wasn't the best race I ever seen, but it was a good race with pitch strategy. I'm disappointed in the 78 team, but good to see some guys like Deaver and Gardner get their best finish of the season. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. Kev, get Sheila a gift, and everybody have a happy Mother's Day. Next week is we're at St. Joseph, and we're going to the Indy weekend, where we're going to have more cars, and we're going to have an interesting qualifying session. So definitely going to be better racing coming up.
Yep. So with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Goran Fan 291. This has been Stephen Paul III as well. Joining me for a production of the NRSL. Happy Mother's Day out there to everyone. Treat your mother nice today. Treat her out for lunch, something, dinner. By the time that this might go out, who knows? I don't know.
Maybe show her this race.
Do something nice for your mom today and show her that you love her. With that,
get her a Kev Sheard shirt on the NRSL website.
And with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.
See you guys.